we are.
For reasons that I think we all know, the pandemic's politicized, right?
Yeah.
Even the flu season every year is politicized. So not as much, clearly, but like it is. And so I think if you want an algorithm that's using like great minds and is being managed nationally and helping states locally, you can't not have people in charge that are not going to dismiss large sections of the CDC, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've used the word not in there a lot. You need somebody who's going to preserve pandemic response teams in the CDC.
Yeah.
That's the branch of government that's responsible for this. Like we're all listening to Anthony Fauci, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's, but Anthony Fauci's job is to manage research funds out of NIAID at the NIH, out of the National Institute for Infectious Disease or Allergies and Infectious Disease. He's certainly deep in research and he's a practicing MD. Like he's an incredibly knowledgeable person, but he's the lead voice here when it should be the head of the CDC.
Yeah.
Things are backwards and topsy-turvy, and Anthony Fauci has like such great expertise, and he's navigated so many things. Like I trust anything he says. I believe, like I fully trust him. So I'm not saying this against Anthony Fauci. I'm saying that there should have been a large team in place at the beginning, and we don't have that because they were fired, and like not fired, but they were disassembled. They were disassembled because the last big thing they had focused on had been Zika and Ebola, and that was seen as a foreign disease. What do we need this for? Ebola someplace else. So if you want this, you want a nice algorithm, you're going to need, and there are algorithms that are out there. I mean, people are developing things that look like this. But if you want it and you want it at a national level, you got to have people in charge that are going to like respect the science.
Well, that's terrific.
That's a depressing story.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm not hopeful for that. I mean, look, I have a science podcast. I do everything I can to dump money I don't have into getting the things you have to say and to getting it out there to people.
Well, I want to say, like, look, voting is an important thing, but for me, and I'm not saying vote one way or the other. Yeah. I'm saying empower your neighbors to vote. If you want this gone, you need to empower people to vote leadership that's going to make change, even at the smallest possible level. So if you do one thing, not you, because you're doing a great job at just getting word out and stuff. So I'm not saying you're not doing something. I'm just saying, like, if anybody were to do one thing, it's to empower your neighbor to vote, whether you agree with them or not.